The boat is 300 feet long. It holds 1,300 tons of frozen fish. The factory runs 24 hours a day. You are one of 70 people aboard, and for the next 3 weeks, this hull is the only solid ground you will stand on. The ocean is 4,000 feet deep. The nearest Coast Guard station is 9 hours away. And you have never worked harder in your life. This is a factory trawler. Not a fishing boat, not a ship. A floating processing plant that catches, guts, fillets, freezes, and packs fish while moving through the Bering Sea, or the North Pacific, or the North Atlantic. These vessels operate in some of the harshest marine environments on Earth, and they do not stop. The net goes out every few hours. The fish come up. The factory line runs. The freezers fill. And somewhere in the middle of all this machinery and motion and cold, you are trying to figure out how to sleep, how to eat, and how to keep your hands moving when your brain is telling you to quit. The first 48 hours decide everything. You board in a port like Dutch Harbor, Alaska, or Seattle, Washington. It is late afternoon. The boat towers above the dock, painted white or rust orange, streaked with salt and diesel exhaust. The name is stenciled on the stern. The gangway is steep. You carry a duffel bag with 3 weeks of clothes and a pair of boots you bought an hour ago. Someone from the crew meets you at the rail, checks your name off a clipboard, and points you toward a hatch. You step inside, and the smell hits you immediately. Fish, diesel, cleaning chemicals, salt. It is not overwhelming yet. It will be. You are led below deck to the crew quarters, narrow hallways, fluorescent lights. The engine is running even though the boat is tied to the dock, and you can feel it through the floor, through the walls, a low vibration that does not stop. Your bunk is in a room with 6 other people. The beds are stacked 3 high, each one about as wide as a twin mattress, maybe shorter. There is a small locker at the foot of each bunk. That is where your duffel bag goes. Your roommates are asleep, or they are on shift, or they are in the galley. You will meet them later. The orientation happens fast. Muster stations, fire alarms, man overboard procedure. The escape routes are marked with glow-in-the-dark tape. You are handed a survival suit, bright orange, heavy, awkward. You are told where it goes and when to use it. You are shown the life raft canisters bolted to the deck. You are told not to use your phone in the factory. You are told to wear your rain gear at all times on the processing floor. You are told the shift schedule. 12 hours on, 12 hours off, every day. For 3 weeks, you are issued your gear, rubber boots with steel toes, heavy rubber apron, thick rubber gloves, a rain jacket, and rain pants, both bright yellow or orange. Everything smells like fish already, even though it is new. There is a locker room near the factory entrance where you will store this gear between shifts. Someone shows you how to spray it down. Someone shows you where the hose is. You nod. You do not ask questions. There is no time. At some point, you eat. The galley is 1 level up from the berthing area. It is open 24 hours a day. There is always food, scrambled eggs, pancakes, hash browns, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, stew, coffee, soda. The food is simple, hot, and unlimited. You sit at a long table with people you do not know. Some of them have been on this boat for years. Some of them started 2 days ago. No one talks much. Everyone is tired. The boat departs at midnight. You are in your bunk when the engines change pitch. The hull shudders. The dock fades behind you. The motion begins. Subtle at first, a slow rolling that makes the walls seem slightly off level. You close your eyes. You try to sleep. The engine is louder down here than you expected. Someone in the bunk above you is snoring. Someone across the room is awake, scrolling on their phone. The light from the screen flickers against the ceiling. You pull the blanket over your head. You do not sleep much. At 5 in the morning, someone pounds on the door. Wake up. Your shift starts at 6. You dress in the dark, trying not to bump into your roommates. 2 of them are getting ready with you. The others are still asleep. They are on the opposite shift. They will wake up when you are finishing your 12 hours. You will see them in passing, in the galley, in the hallway, but you will almost never be awake at the same time. You go to the locker room. You put on your rain gear. It is cold and damp from the last person who used it. You pull on the gloves. You tie the apron. You follow the others through a hatch and down a metal staircase into the factory. The factory floor is not what you expected. It is a long, wide room filled with stainless steel tables, conveyor belts, machines, hoses, and lights. The ceiling is low. The air is cold. The temperature is 34 to 38 degrees Fahrenheit. The noise is constant. Conveyor motors, hydraulic pumps, water spraying, people shouting over the machinery, fish sliding down metal chutes. The smell is overpowering now. Not rotten, just concentrated. Blood and seawater and diesel fumes mixing together in the enclosed space. You are assigned a position: sorting line, grading line, packing line, filleting machine feeder. It depends on where they need you. Your job is explained in about 90 seconds. Watch the person next to you. Do what they do. Keep up. Do not stop the line. The fish come down a chute from the trawl deck above. Pollock mostly. Small, pale, slippery. They pile up in a metal bin, and your job is to grab them and place them on the conveyor belt. 145 fish per minute. That is the target. That is 2 fish every second. You do not count. You just grab and place, your hands moving automatically, fish after fish, the belt never stopping, the pile in the bin never getting smaller because the net is still out and more fish are coming. Your hands go numb in the first hour. The cold does that. The gloves help, but not enough. Your back starts to hurt in hour 2. You are bent over slightly, leaning into the work, and the posture is not natural. You straighten up between fish, but there is no time to stretch. By hour 3, you are not thinking anymore. You are just moving. Grab, place, grab, place. The belt keeps going, the fish keep coming. The person next to you is faster than you. The person on the other side is slower. It evens out. At some point, someone taps you on the shoulder and tells you to take a 15-minute break. You strip off your gloves, spray down your apron, and walk to the break room. It is a small space with a few chairs and a water cooler. You drink 2 cups of water. You sit down. Your hands are shaking slightly. You are not sure if it is from the cold or the repetition or something else. You close your eyes for a moment. Someone wakes you up. Break is over. You go back to the line. The fish are still there. The belt is still moving. You put your gloves back on and start again. Grab, place, grab, place. The hours blur together. You look at your watch. It has only been 4 hours. You have 8 more to go. At hour 6, your relief shows up. You step away from the line and someone else takes your place. You walk to the hose station, spray down your gear, hang it in the locker room, and head to the galley. It is noon. Lunch. You eat without tasting. You are too tired to care. You sit with the same people from your shift. Someone makes a joke about a shark that came up in the net. You did not see it. You were focused on the fish in front of you. You laugh anyway. You have 6 hours before your next shift. You should sleep. You go back to your bunk. Your roommates are getting ready for their shift. One of them is putting on rain gear. Another is tying his boots. They nod at you. You nod back. You climb into your bunk. The engine is still running. The boat is still moving. The walls are vibrating. Someone in the hallway is laughing. Someone on the deck above you is dragging something heavy across the floor. You close your eyes. You do not sleep. Not really. You drift in and out, half conscious, aware of every sound, every motion. The boat rolls to one side, then the other. Your stomach tightens. You are not seasick yet, but you can feel it starting. The motion is different from anything you have experienced. It is not violent. It is constant, a slow, rhythmic tilting that never stops. Your inner ear is trying to adjust. Your brain is confused. You lie still and focus on breathing. In, out, in, out. You tell yourself it will pass. Most people adjust in 2 or 3 days. You just have to get through it. You sleep for maybe 3 hours. Not enough. When you wake up, you are more tired than before. Your head hurts, your mouth is dry, you drink water from a bottle you left next to your bunk. You check the time. 4 hours until your next shift. You lie there for a while, staring at the ceiling, listening to the engine, feeling the boat move. You think about quitting. You think about the contract you signed. 3 weeks. You are not even 2 days in. You get up, you go to the galley, you eat something. Dinner maybe, or breakfast. The meals all look the same. You sit with the same people. Someone asks how you are doing. You say fine, they nod. They remember their first trip. Most of them quit after 3 days. The ones who stayed learned to sleep through the noise, learned to eat when they could, learned to stop counting the hours, and just focus on the work. You will either adapt or you will not. There is no middle ground. If you stick around a little longer and hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Drop a comment below and let me know what topic you want me to cover next. Thanks. Your second shift starts at 6 in the evening. You put on your rain gear again. It is still damp, still cold. You go back to the factory floor, the line is running. The fish are moving, you take your position, someone steps away, you step in, grab, place. The motion is familiar now. Your hands remember what to do even though your brain is foggy. You work through the exhaustion. Everyone does. By hour 9, the seasickness hits. Not violent, just a low, persistent nausea that makes everything worse. You keep working. You do not stop. You focus on the fish in front of you, not the motion of the boat, not the smell, not the cold. Someone next to you throws up into a bucket. They rinse their mouth, spit, and go back to the line. No one says anything. It happens. At midnight, your shift ends. You spray down. You hang your gear. You eat a small meal in the galley, just crackers and water. Your stomach cannot handle anything else. You go back to your bunk. You lie down. The motion is worse now, or maybe you are just more aware of it. You close your eyes. The walls tilt. The floor tilts. Your stomach tightens. You breathe slowly. In, out, in, out. You drift off sometime around 1 in the morning. You sleep for 4 hours. When you wake up, it is 5 in the morning again. Wake up call. Another shift. You get dressed. You go to the galley. You force yourself to eat. Scrambled eggs, toast, coffee. You go to the locker room. You put on your rain gear. You go to the factory floor. You take your position. Grab, place, grab. Place. The belt never stops. The fish keep coming. You are 48 hours in. By now, you know if you will make it. Some people do not. They quit in the first 72 hours. Not because the work is too hard, not because the pay is bad. They quit because they cannot sleep through the noise, or they cannot stop being seasick, or they realize that 12-hour shifts at sea are not the same as 12-hour shifts on land. On land, you go home. You have space. You have quiet. Here, the factory does not close. The boat does not dock. The work does not stop. You either adapt or you leave broke. The ones who stay figure it out. They learn to sleep in 4-hour blocks, even with the engine running 10 feet below their bunk. They learn to eat quickly whenever they can, because the meal schedule is not built for comfort. They learn to move on autopilot, hands working while their brain shuts off, because thinking about how much time is left makes it worse. They learn to accept the motion, the cold, the smell, the noise. They stop fighting it. They just exist inside it. Factory trawlers exist because the system demands them. Fresh fish spoils fast. Processing at sea means the catch can be gutted, filleted, and frozen within hours of being pulled from the water. A vessel like the Alaska Ocean, one of the largest factory trawlers in the United States fleet, can process up to 300 tons of fish per day. That is roughly 600,000 pounds. The fish go from the net to the freezer hold in less than a day. By the time the boat returns to port, the product is market ready. No waiting, no waste, no middleman. The economics are straightforward. Crew members are paid a share of the catch, not an hourly wage. The more fish the boat processes, the more everyone makes. A deckhand on a factory trawler in the Bering Sea pollock fishery might earn anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 for a 3-week trip, depending on the quota, the catch rate, and their position. It is not steady income. It is seasonal. But for people who can handle the work, the money adds up. 3 trips in a season, 2 months total, can equal 6 months of wages on land. The labor pool is international. Crew members come from the Philippines, Mexico, Eastern Europe, the Pacific Islands, and the United States. Some are career fishermen. Some are students looking for quick cash. Some are running from something. Some are trying to save money to start a business, pay off debt, or support a family back home. The work is legal, regulated, and monitored. Observers from the National Marine Fisheries Service are often aboard to document the catch, enforce quotas, and ensure compliance with bycatch limits. The boats are inspected, the crew is licensed. The operation is transparent, even if it is harsh. The Bering Sea pollock fishery is one of the largest and most tightly managed fisheries in the world. The total allowable catch is set each year based on stock assessments. The season is divided into A and B seasons, each lasting a few months. During these windows, the fleet operates around the clock. The pressure is constant. The quota is limited. Every hour counts. That is why the factory never stops. That is why the shifts are 12 hours. That is why sleep is a luxury, not a right. What the first 48 hours actually teach you is this. It is not about toughness. It is not about endurance. It is about adaptation. You learn to sleep with noise. You learn to eat when your stomach does not want food. You learn to keep your hands moving when your brain is screaming at you to stop. You learn to exist in a small, moving space with 69 other people, none of whom you knew 2 days ago. You learn to trust the person next to you on the line, because if they quit, you have to cover their position until someone else shows up. You learn to stop thinking about land, about home, about the calendar. You learn to measure time in shifts, not days. The crew does not talk about this, they just live it. Deckhands will tell you the first week is the filter. If you make it through, you will probably finish the contract. If you do not, you are never going to. There is no shame in leaving. Half the people who sign on do not make it past the first trip. The work is not for everyone, but the ones who stay, the ones who adapt, they come back. Some of them work the boats for years. Some of them move up to supervisors, engineers, captains. Some of them just like the rhythm. 12 on, 12 off, 3 weeks at sea, 2 weeks at home. Repeat. It is simple. It is hard. It is honest. By hour 48, you know. Your body has adjusted to the motion or it has not. You have learned to sleep through the noise or you have not. You have accepted that the work will not stop or you have not. There is no middle ground. You are either standing at the line, grabbing fish, moving forward, or you are packing your duffel bag and waiting for the boat to return to port. The contract is still ahead. 2 more weeks, 14 more days, 168 more hours of shifts. The factory keeps running, the fish keep coming, the freezers keep filling. The boat keeps moving through the North Pacific or the Bering Sea or wherever the quota takes it, and you are part of it now. One of 70. One small piece of a system that feeds millions of people, that moves billions of dollars, that operates in some of the harshest conditions on Earth. You did not know what you were signing up for. Now you do. Subscribe. Thanks.